Hello. Come on in. Come on in, crazy cats. Come on in. So good to see everyone. We have a special guest today. So I am going to talk though a little bit before we'll make James will come right on here soon, and I'm going to introduce him, but I am going to talk a little bit in the beginning about some things that I read on the Facebook page that I just want to clarify. Okay, so we'll wait for some people, everyone to sort of hop in here till we have a quorum, and then we will begin. So if you don't know, normally once a month, James and I, James Hallett, we do a seminar together, a webinar where we just talk about whatever we bring to the table, and it's really fun. And so this is that day. So James is going to be here, and we will be talking to James as well. So anyway, just wanted to let you know that. And let me just see. People are coming in here so fast, it's hard to keep up. Hi, everyone. Wow, look at all these amazing, beautiful, amazing people. Okay, great. Awesome. Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. There's a James here. James, is that you?
C'est moi.
Yeah.
It's me. Nice to see you,
Hold
Val.
on. I think Sarah's going to make you, she's going to pin you, spotlight you.
Cool.
Okay. Hi.
Nice to see you. You look great.
Yeah, there you are. But also spotlight me. So can we be next to each other, Sarah, so we can both be spotlighted?
You were for a moment. You were both spotlighted. So let me try it again.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
And then we bounce.
Got you both.
Okay. So James, hi.
Hi, Val. Nice to see you.
You as well. Look, you have a blue background and I have a blue background.
What is that? It must be a search for cool air.
It must be. We're fine up here. I'm doing good up here. So so we've been doing this challenge, James. So before I introduce you, I want to speak to something that I read, and this is for everyone. So please, if you are on here or watching the recording, pay attention to what I'm about to say to you. I am not saying that you only sell one thing. What I'm saying is this: you as an actor are creating an identity, a platform, a reputation, and people are going to know you and know what you do and know what you're good at and know what they can depend on you or whatever it is about you because you say so. So because you say so. Not an agent, not a manager, not me, not anyone. You decide what your company stands for. And within that company, you have products that make you money. But if you look at all the great actors, the actors that go work over and over again, they have one thing that they do. That's their thing that they do. And then they do other things. But like, we're talking about revenue now. We're talking about business. We're talking about what products do you have that you can bring money into your business? Because if money isn't coming into your business, you're not in business. So it's great that you have, oh, I do this one, war hero, and then the lovely kind girl or whatever it is, right? Like the differences that, but like people don't buy everything. They buy one thing. And so you have to lead with something so people get you. You have a lifetime or whenever to build your reputation and your brand and what you do and what you stand for. But what you need to understand is that is in your control. whatever life you are leading right now is because you made that happen. And the more that you understand that, then it's easier for you to go out and build a successful acting business. And one of those things might or might not be an agent. If we look at the numbers, I would say probably somewhere around 80 to 90% of actors ultimately have agents and managers, maybe less. And that number definitely has gotten less because more people have attorneys and things like that now. So that definitely, I mean, there's changes occurring. So all you need to understand is that you need to have a business where everyone that works for that business, you know what they're doing and when they're going to get it done by. That's it. And so if you have I have a commercial agent in New York and they get me auditions and they let me know if I'm in the running and they tell me what happens when I book it and they take care of all the details of that. That's their job, right? You notice I didn't say selling. Their job isn't selling. Your job is selling. It's your company. Who can sell it better than you? And if you don't know how to sell it, then how is anyone else in the world going to sell it? Because you don't know how to sell your own self. And you can't sell multiple things. That comes across as amateur. Look, like I remember when Alexander said to me, so I'll let you tell the Alexander story. So Alexander was a client of mine and James, and he came from James. And he said to me, Valorie, he's Russian, I finally figured it out. If you want to be famous and have a really big career, you have to be one thing. And I was like, yes, Alexander. He's like, I get it now. Like he said that, you know, and when he first came to me, he thought he had to lose his Russian accent and, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So I want to talk. I want to talk to that for a second. So I just listened to an interview with, I'm gonna get his name wrong.
Taikiri Wakiri da 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 da.
Yes, Taika Waititi. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting mess already. Taika Waititi. So
I think if you had to give him the Oscar, you'd be like, "Oh my God!" You'd be
I
up
know.
all night every day.
Like, but he would be laughing. You know, because he has a great sense of humor. So Taika Waititi is sort of talking about his career and talking about the movies he's done and talking about the projects he's working on, and he talks about the fact that he has a very distinct accent, and he's like, you know what, this is my accent. This is how I speak, and instead of trying to do every other accent perfectly, I'm doing characters with my accent, and so he, you know, like he has all these things he's doing where he appears with his own accent, and it's kind of magnificent. Because he just completely owns who he is, and he's like, this is the package, right? Like this is me. This is what you get. It's interesting to hear you talk about this again, Val, because this is a conversation that Valorie and I have had together, talking to actors over and over and over again. Like seriously, it's like we all get caught on this thing. This fear of getting typecast, this fear of being only one thing. And so I want to speak to that for a second. And the example that I want to use is Gary Oldman. Now, Gary Oldman, I mean, for those of you who don't know, he's a character actor, and he has done lead roles and he's done supporting roles, and he was in The Professional, Leon the Professional with Natalie Portman. Long time ago.
Oscar nominee.
He's done all kinds of things, and he's a character actor, and he plays.
He was the best as Sid Vicious,
right?
And the playwright.
And the playwright. Yeah, I mean, you guys. So you might look at someone like Gary Oldman and say, well, what about Gary Oldman? Right? He's a transformational actor. He plays all kinds of roles, and what I would say to you is, yes, but. And it's a big but. And the but is that if you look at Gary Oldman's work, his characters are always the same. They're the same type. He always plays a little bit crazy. He always plays out there, wild. Like his character type is great because it spans a wide spectrum, but it's always the same thing. He always plays someone who's a little bit off, a little bit dangerous, a little bit crazy. I mean, you see it in The Professional. You see it in the Harry Potter series. And if we understand that, that we're not fighting our type, and it's not a constriction. The way that I would think of it is this: you are a beam of light, and you want that beam of light to be concentrated and to shine out as clearly as you can. The characters you play are the facets of the diamond.
Yes.
But you want that light to shine out through all those facets, but you want the light to be super clear. And if we understand that, then we stop fighting our natural gift. Our natural gift is that place where we sing out truly. And if you think about it, each one of us has a place that comes easily to us. And the problem we get into is when we start trying to not go to the place that feels easy because it's easy. And because we think, well, but that comes easily to me, that's not worth anything. And you know who said that? It's going to shock you who said that. Carl Jung.
Wow.
As in Freud and Jung, right? Carl Jung said, go to the place that is the place of your ease. Go to the place that feels like, but that's too easy. And that comes so easily to me.
Yeah.
He said, if we all were to go to our place of ease, then the world would have all these beautiful beams of light.
That was beautiful. Thank you, James.
Just a thought, just a morning thought from Chicago.
From Chicago. Yeah. It's so important to me for all of you on this call today to understand that you are a business and it's your business. Congratulations. You have a business. Now it's yours to make money with. If you really just thought of it like that, how would that change how you think about everything else? Because look, are there going to be people that don't like your product? Hell yeah, there are. And then you're hoping when you start to find people that start to love your product, you embrace those people and then those people grow. So you learn what product or who about you. Yeah, it's a journey of your business, and you keep your business afloat and you keep your business providing the money that you need it to provide. This is the only month out of the year that I help actors focus in on getting an agent, because that's the size part they are in your entirety of your business, y'all. Your business is so much bigger than an agent, right? An agent is just the dishwasher. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that if your business isn't busy, you don't need a dishwasher. If your business is busy, you need a dishwasher. So be really clear about, as we talked yesterday, we talked about expectations. They had to make a list of their expectations of agents, and those were good. I mean, I think that what I want to say about expectations is have them, but also be willing to let go of them if carefully thought through why you're letting go of them. Right. And so, because you don't know really what that is. So then when you find someone that works for you, that does a really good job, identify why they do a really good job. right? So when you find a good person, and it can be anyone, it can be the guy that works on your car, it doesn't matter. If you have someone that gives you any kind of service in your life, which you all do, what do you like about the service they give? Pay attention to that. Because you have a business now. And so pay attention to the service that you give. So right now we are in the hiring phase of looking for an agent. Here's what I want to be really clear about. If you don't get one, so what? The rest of the time, and if you want to come with me on the journey, we're talking about this the rest of the time, you should be what? Selling yourself as an actor, looking for paid acting jobs that's going to bring money into your business. And there's a million ways to do that. Okay.
I want to add a thought to this as you're talking.
Yes.
And I had texted Valorie earlier today that I had been watching a video about where Matt Damon talks about all of his major jobs and in the industry. And take a guess at how many times Matt Damon mentions his agent and his manager.
0. Yeah.
He doesn't mention his agent and his manager. Why? Because that's not how he got work. He didn't get work. He didn't get jobs from his agent and his manager. He got jobs by writing a screenplay with his buddy, selling the screenplay, finding a major actor for it, to be in. The next jobs that he got were all like he met Robin Williams, because Robin Williams accepted the film that they were working on. And Robin Williams then introduced him to another major director. It was all meeting people through people and building a network of people who he knew. And when you hear it described like that, exactly. Thank you. Ben Affleck co-wrote. And when you hear how he built his career, you realize that what he was doing at every moment was he was thinking of himself as an entrepreneur and trying to approach it as a business person and always asking the question, what can I do next? What's the next step I can take? Who can I meet? Who can I reach out to? And also because he thought of it that way, people were helping him in that way.
Yeah. Which
is very different from expecting anyone to do anything, right? And this is really important. It's a good question to ask. What am I expecting of anyone else? And am I waiting around? Am I waiting around because of that expectation? And I think that it's really useful to look at someone like Matt Damon, ask the question like, well, how did this person succeed? Because it's totally aligned with what Valorie is talking about.
Yes. Okay. I see something from Evans, and since he's a top client, I just want to address it. Yes, Evans, I did see your thing that you sent me, and I don't think it's that big of a deal. It might even not be legit. Can you please send it to Scott and ask him what he thinks? Thank you. Scott's better at that. By the way, you guys, there's a lot of scam stuff out there right now. So just be really, really, oh, he said it's a scam. Well, then trust what Scott said. Scott's really aware of that, you guys, but because, that's why I say, go to him, ask him, because he can read it. I sensed a rat when I almost always am right. I smell a rat. And that's what I thought before I even said to go see Scott. So yeah. Okay. So, okay. So I want to just quickly see if anyone has a question about, okay. First of all, let me give you your assignment and your homework. So for you guys that are watching this, here's the assignment. You need to make a list of all the agents and managers that you're going to go after as a person. As a business, right? Beyond if you're pitching with us on Sunday, July 31st. We are bringing several, well, right now we're up to at least 12 different agents and managers from all over the world that have confirmed, and we're working on increasing that list because our numbers are increasing, and we do have a cutoff point. So if you're thinking about coming, that we will definitely close it down before the end. But you get to pitch yourself for a minute. It's Sunday, July 31st. We've been doing it for 11 years. James was at the first one. We had tents and we were in a park in LA. Yeah, so
it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And we saw Brian Coffey.
Yeah, we did.
Wow, Brian
And
Coffey.
Brian Coffey just got in Chicago a big giant guest star and a role in a film that happened in the Wild Way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was amazing. I mean, that first piece he did, you guys, it was so fantastic. And talking about type, right? He nailed his own type.
Yeah.
Like he totally got his own type, and so the piece that he presented was completely on target. It was completely on target, and and because of that, I mean, just this is a thought for you guys. You know, we want you know what we present to lead the other person to go, yep, I can totally see that. I can totally see casting me like that. Yep. You know, and that's what Brian Coffey did. He had
And
a
that's
piece.
what he's done. And he's got guest stars on The Deuce. He's got guest stars on This Is Us,
Yeah.
on Sunny in Philadelphia, reoccurring on several shows, sitcoms. He's, you know, improv with Jack Black, with everyone. Like he's the real deal. He shadow directed Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you know, so he's a force to be reckoned with. And he plays the smartest dumb guy in the room. That's his brand, and that's what he does. And I just think the people that do that are way more successful. Now, look, that doesn't mean that you can't have this or that you're selling, but like, how's that going? You know, like you got to look at like how it's actually going for you, because you got to tell the truth. Okay, Laura Rodriguez, what is the question? Hi.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
sorry. Hi, how are you?
Good,
Thank
how are
you for the
you?
opportunity. I just love each word that you are saying in the last 3 days. I feel very blessed to be here. Thank you. I just have one question in general about what you've been saying. I am a Costa Rican actress. I moved here 3 years ago. In 1 year, I just accomplished by myself casting, Craigslist, Facebook, networking, putting myself out there, 10 movies as an extra, 1 line, 2 lines. And yesterday I booked my first short film as I think I got a lead role, and I am very, very excited. And I just want to know, what is your suggestion? You have all the experience in the world, how I can put myself out there more and more and more and more and more, with or without an agent.
Yeah, just do it. Right? Like, you know, pay attention to what you get email. I always tell the Bed Bath & Beyond story, you know, because like Bed Bath & Beyond sends you a coupon once a month for 20% off. And like, you would never go to Bed Bath & Beyond without you had a 20% coupon. Like, you would be stupid, right? So they created that. So all you're doing is creating a knowledge of Laura Rodriguez to the people that you want to have hire you. That's it. It's really as simple as that. And that needs to be your major focus. So that could be in a million different ways. It can be in pitch videos, warm letters, postcards, meet and greet at film festivals. Like, there's a million ways that you can do that. But the focus becomes on specific people or groups of people or projects. So like, sometimes like what happens with our clients at Actors Fast Track is they sort of get a general thing happening where they're reaching out on a regular basis, you know, to their people that they want to be reminded of who they are. And then they're climbing a specific mountain, like, I need to get on that show, or I need to get into that movie. And they're doing it in all different ways. Like Zai, who's one of our activist clients in London, like she's doing it via TikTok. And now she on TikTok, she does like, for people of color, like the books that you should be reading, mostly that's what she does. So she follows these authors, and then these authors are being made into movies. So Zai's on the phone at one point with someone at CAA.
Got it.
Right. And so she's creating it that way. Right. And that's like, she's using her activism. You know, you can use basically now whatever you want, but people need to be able to get a handle on who you are. That's all. Like, that's all we're trying to do. It's like, so if they go, oh yeah, you're the hottest thing. And then that, and you create that, right? You have the ability to create that, like more than ever before, because of social media and because of the way that we purchase things out there. And so that's, you have to think about that. And so I think you understand that. I mean, if what I got, what you said, you understood that.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very excited to keeping going. I have 15 years of career in Costa Rica, but make the crossover is very challenging. And I am just absorbing all the good information like right now to try to grow and keeping growing.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Well, maybe we can trade places. You come here and I'll go to Costa Rica.
No, I am in California. I am in California.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I moved. But anytime that you want to go Costa Rica, guys, let me know because I can help you with the Pacific beaches. I still have my house there.
Don't forget this, James. Okay.
I'm taking notes. Yeah.
You should be taking notes. All right. Thank you, Laura.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Laura.
Let's welcome Bridget. Hello. Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Of
Yes.
course we can. How are you? Beautiful.
I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you for taking my question. I'm looking for a new manager, and can you give me some pointers? If I was looking, if you're saying to make a list, if I was looking on IMDb Pro, how would I go about finding?
Yeah, so I definitely think that you need someone that understands that we have stepped into a global space, and most people don't. I think Bohemia Group is something, even though Allison Buck is not coming, we do have someone from Bohemia Group who's going to be in the international room. Allison Buck said she's full up right now. That was her quote. But I do think that that company and that frame of company, I also love independent, right? Which one of my other clients showed me last night. I mean, they're amazing, right? So I think that understanding, so what we need to have if we have new agents and managers, if I could create the Hubbard RoboCop agent manager, I would have them have a department on TikTok growth, Instagram growth, branding, writing, acting, modeling, commercial. And then I would also have access to people that are cameramen and costume and all those kinds of people. And I see that that's what independent is doing, but I think we're going to see more of that happening, right? So a place where you can go and it's all inclusive to all you are, because that's what's occurring now. People are getting snatched off TikTok for being something specific, right? And so it's important to understand that, like, you've got to pay attention to current market vibes when you're building an acting business, like what's being bought and what is your power and how do you make money? Because there are so many ways for you to make money. I mean, audiobooks, like, oh my God, like a million things under the voiceover cloud. And then not to mention, you know, mocap. A lot of things are going to turn into mocap, and it's a blast. you
I'm
know?
looking for a manager specifically to help, obviously, design a trajectory for my career and help me drive my career forward.
Yes, right. So you need someone that thinks like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? I would just write a letter to Susan Ferris if I were you at Bohemia Group. She represents Michael Vincent Berry, who's one of our clients, and he works for us. He's one of our coaches for the Actors Fast Track Junior. She's like so forward thinking. And you might not get her right now, but I think you might get her, because I do believe that for you, Bridget, it's like taking this sort of evil, ruthless woman that you developed in the James Bond movies you were in, and exciting about the Harry Potter, you know, like that stuff, like take that now and expand that character, and so I think that like having a, like moving your brand up a notch, whatever that means to you, right? Like maybe shooting with someone like Bjorn Kormel, or someone that's a really high-end photographer in the UK or wherever, and shoot with someone that's gonna, and spend a little bit more money, but get the picture that makes you feel like you're already, you know, that you're already.
What's that photographer's name? What's that name?
Bjorn Kormel, he's German, Kormel, BK Headshots. He's German. He shoots sometimes in Germany. My other German clients, I was like, why don't you just shoot with him? He's in LA, but he also shoots in Atlanta. Check him out.
And this lady that you're mentioning, Sarah, I would get her contact details on IMDb Pro.
Oh, Susie Ferris. Yes. Bohemia Group.
Okay.
Susan Ferris, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's it.
Mel. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're amazing. Enrique, come on down.
Hi, Valerie. Thanks for choosing me. I have a quick question. I'm thinking about booking a one-on-one with you.
Yeah.
Would you help me, excuse me, streamline my brand during that session, or what does that entail?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
If you book a one-on-one with me, I'm going to find out why you want to talk to me. And then if you want to talk to me, then we talk about hiring me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I don't, you know, give it away, because it doesn't look,
Oh.
I gave it away for free for many years. And I there's a difference between when someone pays for the information and the way to get there, that makes the biggest difference, because then you're really investing in yourself and you're going, I'm going to fucking build a multi-million-dollar business. And I have clients that have done that, right? Certainly many, many, many multi-six-figure businesses. And so it, you know, and a lot of them already had that before they came to me. You know, they'd already made a pretty penny acting and they just wanted to get to the next level, but like, it's about you. And so, yeah, we would talk a little bit about that, but like, you know, like if I'm going to commit to really getting in there and looking at your product and what you're going to sell, that's like a whole journey, because people on here will tell you, like Violetta, who has her hands up, this is a perfect person. She's been with us for over a year. And this girl is so fully realized as a product and what she's selling. And she's starting to attract those people. Like Anna Maria is on here. Anna Maria started really literally acting like a year ago, over a year ago when she hired us. And now she's having 1.5 hour meetings with one of the top comedy casting directors in Los Angeles, where she introduced her to the rest of her family by just reaching out to people. And that's how you get work, right? And so she's really been through a process of realizing what she's selling. And it's not just about like, you guys, like it's evolution. Your brand evolves. I mean, I've always been the adorable bully, you know, but like she's grown up.
Yeah.
You know, she's yeah. And when I was younger and sexier, right, James?
For all of us, yeah.
You're still sexy, but thanks for the qualification.
You're the best. Okay, okay, Dawn, come on down. Dawn Grabowski.
A couple of quick questions. If I'm not based, I'm based in Glendale, California, but if I just want to work and I want to be pitched non-traditionally. So also during the Pitch Fest, should I be looking at agents that are based in Atlanta and other places?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is just one thing. So I think that if that looking, I mean, you know, I mean, I think that we talked about this a little bit. Like, I feel like just this might just be on a hunt for something that's going to happen 10 months down the line.
Okay.
Okay. And so I feel like it would be better for you to stay in your marketplace.
Okay.
Okay. Because if something is better potential for you, then you would be willing to do what you can to get out of the other situation.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I'll do anything. I want to work. I mean,
Right. Okay.
not
So
casting
then,
couch, but you know.
yeah, just, you know, like, look, and this goes for everyone. Just like you guys, we're going to give you, for you guys that come to the Pitch Fest, for some of you, it's going to go really great. We always get a lot of people signed and stuff. And then some people are going to say, that sucked. We're going to give you other people's email addresses that aren't necessarily in the room that you're in pitching. And you can send a pitch video to them that we've talked about. So remember that.
Okay.
And, you know, we think a certain way and we attract a certain agent or manager, and we don't get all of them that we want to because it's a Sunday in the middle of summer, right? But we do the best we can, and we get a decent group of people that we stand behind until they prove us wrong.
Okay.
So like if someone doesn't do well for us or fucks around a lot of our people, we don't ever have them back, because it's like, no. We want you to be exposed to good businesses that we think that people have good business practices.
And one more follow-up real quick, just a logistic. I have a performance the night before that's going to go really late. So do we know what time we have to be camera ready for the pitch?
Yes, we do. The 2 hours into, so whenever it starts, 2 hours into it is when you will be camera ready. Now you will get a very nice break, like 15 to 20 minutes break to eat something and to get ready. And then we'll come back in the room, and then you'll be moved to the room that you will be performing your monologue. I'm not your monologue, your pitch in. It's a 1-minute pitch. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Today, what I want everyone to do is create a list of agents and managers that you would like to go after. Now, if you come to, I'm going to name some names on Saturday at the webinar. So we have a Saturday, we have a catch up to the challenge webinar. So if you have friends that haven't been here for every day and want to ask me questions, have them come on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'll go for about an hour and a half, and then that'll be it. But I'll answer your questions that day as well. And then, but for you guys that are participating, it's a 1 minute chat. It's a 1 minute. And we're going to talk more about that starting tomorrow through all of next week in this challenge. It's going to be about building that pitch for this specific group of agents. And then if you aren't coming, you can do it in video or, you know, whatever. Okay. Does that make sense? All right. So, James, sorry, I'm just like blah, 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 blah.
No, you're doing great. I will chime in when, you know.
Okay. All right.
Something.
So James, tell everyone what you do and a little bit about yourself, since there's a lot of people on here that don't know you.
So first off, I am a professional actor. Valorie and I both come from that place of being in this world with you guys. I am also a professional acting coach. So I now coach a lot of actors into serious regular roles, guest stars, co-stars, stage roles. In fact, Erica, I see you have your hand raised, and I wanted to tell you, Erica Bowman, that you were on Aquafina as Nora from Queens, and I don't usually watch that show, but the reason I watched that episode was I coached my friend Earl Baker into the role of the doctor on that episode. Yeah, seriously. So my friend, so my friend Earl Baker played the doctor. So I'm watching the show because I had coached him into that role, right? And I'm like, that's Erica.
I saw Erica when she was out here shooting it.
Yeah, so awesome. So I, so I'm a professional acting coach. I coach people on all kinds of things, TV, stage, film, and I'm also a dream and imagery specialist. So I work with the imagination. I help people to clear old patterns, to clear things that get in their way, so they can get back on track and shine their light as brightly as possible in this world. So that's who I am. That's what I do. And Valerie and I have known each other for years. We had the same business coach when we were launching our entrepreneurial ventures, and we met and hit it off as friends, and just we spoke the same language, and we both come to this work from a place of love of actors, love of the art form, and wanting people to succeed, wanting people to shine out with their brightest light. And that's the other thing, you guys, and this is just I know I try to relate what we're doing to the larger picture, because that's where I come from is the spiritual side of things. And one of the things that I'd say to you is, if we're really shining our light and we're staying in our light, then we move beyond competition. And we're not stuck in that mindset or that headset of I'm competing, because guess what? If you're shining your light truly, there's no more competition, because someone sees that light and they're like, I want Valorie Hubbard in this role. And this is the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Good directors remember actors by their light. And because of that, you'll hear stories about a director saying, yeah, remember that woman in that role? I think her name was Valorie Hubbard. Can you bring her in for this? And they remember that because Valorie shines so clearly, like her light is so bright and it shines so clearly, and the director will remember Valerie's light.
Oh, that's so cool.
And if we understand that, then we stop trying to be like someone else, or stop trying to do something that's not our truth. I mean, this, speaking to you, Erica, again, like I think you found that, right? I think you really found that place of your light, and you're working regularly. I see you regularly on stuff, and it's because you're being truthful, you're being yourself, and you're shining that light out. And it doesn't mean like that light can play lots of different characters, right? Like that light that we're shining so brightly, again, it's that light through the diamond, right? The characters of the diamond. And if our light is true, then we're just aiming that light at a different facet of the diamond, and we're shining out through that facet, but it's still our light. So we don't have to be anything but what we are. We don't have to be something different to succeed. We just have to find out what is that light that I truly shine out. And right, so I'm done. That's my little that's my little spiritual pep talk.
It's so true, though. It's so true. I mean, everything you said was true. It's when I'm focused on my path and I'm not so, because what someone thinks of you or comparison or all that kind of stuff is like out here, and it's a waste of time, because it doesn't, that doesn't mean like, sometimes like I had this conversation with a client today about, like him seeing his brand, right? Like understanding what it is and what it feels like. And sometimes that's about starting a Pinterest board and pinning pictures. But ultimately you aren't Brad Pitt and you aren't, George Clooney. Those might be role models for different reasons for you, but ultimately you are you then, and then you are in you, and you're figuring out like, what is the best of you, and how do I spotlight that, and how do I, you like different filters that we do on Instagram or TikTok, like, I can filter something that I'm selling. Right now, it's all about that. So it's important to get clear. Anyway, okay, Erica, come on down. Tell us what's going on with you, since we've been talking about you.
Oh, yes. Well, hello. How's everyone doing?
Yeah.
Well, things have actually, let's put it this way. I have become a co-star queen. Seem like everything I'm almost at, I'm at about a 35% booking rate right about now.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And I've had a couple of really, on my first couple of guest star auditions, I've gotten callbacks for, and didn't book them, but I got callbacks for, which is a whole lot different than me not getting even the opportunity.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. All right, I think the main thing I was wanted to state was that becoming very clear. I mean, COVID really made me focus.
Yeah.
And I was working through COVID, as Valorie knows, because I met up with you in New York
Twice in New York.
twice in New York.
Claire's like, oh, we can't travel. So I'm like, well, she's coming in from LA to do this work on power, and then we're
I'm flying in. So I think with that in mind, now learning more about how the business actually works has made me focus. So I can see where my representation is not where I want them to be.
Yeah.
So that's what.
And it's not just that. I just want to
Yeah.
say that. Like,
Yeah.
you and I are meeting. I saw you on my calendar.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
So
meeting
it's
soon.
not just that. It's also seeing yourself in this new light. Like that's
Yes.
where that's it. Because you know, and I've seen that with a number of my clients, and several of them are on here. You know, I've had a bunch of clients hire an assistant, and get things done. And I think there's part of that when you do that, then you start to feel like, oh, I'm at the next level. Because sometimes you have to put on the clothes, and even though you feel weird, you have to walk around in them, right? And so, understanding what it means for you now to be a guest star, to be a series regular, because like, I know that you can do that, Erica. I mean, we saw what you did on Euphoria. We saw, that was amazing acting that you did. And so, that was like, oh, well, you could be a series regular.
Well, I mean, that was one of the things that made me go, oh, I could be a series regular too.
Yeah.
And then I booked a Hallmark movie. And then and I was supporting role, and I was on set every day. And it was like really enlightening. And I described this to my agent that I have now, and I told her, I says, look, we got to do something about my career otherwise. And I literally told them, I says, otherwise I'm going to have to try to find someone else, because.
Okay. So listen to me. I'm going to put you in the California room. There's a good manager that's there that I think might be right for you. I think that you and I just have to look at a list and think about like what we need to bring on. I do think that you need to bring someone on, but I also think that you need to think like, okay, what else do I need?
Exactly. And that's part of the reason why we're setting up that meeting, because I need to know if there is an extra level of which I need to, for the presentation to be, I need to make it that way and know what they're looking for and know what to say to make the buzzwords.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
And that's good. And it's understandable that you realize that, and that now you're going to go figure it out. That's all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and that goes, so no,
really.
so like, I don't want other people to hear that, like wherever you are, you're using like, oh, okay, what do I need to do differently than I'm doing now in order to get
to the next level,
right?
Get what I wear.
Always that, because there's always going to be uncomfortability. There's always going to be like, I can't do this. There's always going to be like, right? I mean, like even like after. Like James, when Patrick got his co-star, then he had more stuff to work on after that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so talk about that, because I have a few clients that have just gotten their first job. So what do you say, what's the work that needs to be done after they get their first job?
You mean in terms of, well, so I had a couple of thoughts here, you guys. One is Mahatma Gandhi said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And what I would add to that is rehearse the change you want to be in your career.
Okay.
Change is uncomfortable and it doesn't feel familiar. So when we want to change, we want to move into a different place in a career, we actually need to figure out, well, what does that look like? So, so Erica, for you, like, I'm just gonna like lay out like an imaginary thing. But let's say that you wanted to book larger roles.
Yes.
What I would say to you is, well, what are the things that are going to be asked of you in a larger role? Memorizing more lines, being more comfortable in your body, staying in character for a longer period of time. Well, what are the things you can do to get ready for that? Well, you can start memorizing longer scripts. I mean, I'll tell you guys, if you're a series regular on a show, you're going to get a script every day that you've got to memorize.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have changes handed to you
all of the time.
15 minutes before 15 minutes before you go on set. So
to tell you the truth, when I shot the movie, that's exactly what happened. She decided she wanted to change a scene up and throw in a line, and took one line out and threw in something altogether new.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
For me, that was fun. It didn't throw me because, I've done a lot of theater. So, theater things happen all the time. People drop a line or whatever, and then you have to come back or work your way around it or to get to it again.
That's
so
right.
All it did was energize me, and it just made me feel like almost like a racehorse that's being held back.
Good.
That's fantastic.
That is a great feeling.
And that's what we want to do is we want to be ready for that next step.
Things. Exactly.
But before it comes, right? We want to be ready for it. So we want to prepare. We want to repair, we want to prepare by, working on, like, if you're in a scene study class, or if you're in a on-camera class, you begin to bring in bigger roles. You begin to work on a character over time. You take all the steps that are part of that. And so that's where I would begin. Is I begin to look at well, what's the next level that I want to be working at, and what is the necessity of that job? What do those people face every day, and then start doing it. So the other part of that is that then you start to feel relaxed about it. It doesn't scare you because you're like, that's what I'm doing. I'm already doing it. So if I get cast in it, it's okay. It's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually have a leading role audition. It's a ultra low budget film, but it's a leading role. And I said, okay, all right, I got the audition, so I need to knock it out. So I'm looking forward to it. In other words, even if I don't get it, because I know I'm going to do my best with it, even if I don't get it, like you said, it's practice. And This is how I know things are starting to change and becoming to fruition.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and we're always, so here's the thing, you guys, we're never done. So we're always, think if you could clean your house once and you would never have to clean it again. Wouldn't that be awesome? But it's like, you always have to clean your house. Like you always are doing things and upkeeping. And I think that, that a lot of people suffer in life because they don't realize that life is evolving until you're done in the ground, right? Like it's always evolving, and change is everything. If I've learned one thing from my mother, a lesson that my mother has taught me is change is mandatory and necessary. And she has done such a terrific job with that in her life. And like when you are embracing change, then you're able to think on your feet and adjust. And as an actor, you have to be able to think on your feet and adjust, because like I'm working with this like really super sexy older British guy as my director on the video game I'm doing right now, which I just got more. I didn't even tell Gilbert. I got more video game. They just called me to get more dates. So I played Linda, and she's like really very passive aggressive and Southern. Big shocker. Anyway, like he throws me new lines all the time. Oh my God, James, I got to take some kind of vitamin. We need to talk about that.
There
You
are
know, as
there are-
someone that's coached me as an actor.
Yeah, there are vitamins. I mean, there are things we can take that strengthen our brain
The
muscle.
other thing I want to say is we need to go see Antoinette Lavecchia's play where she cooks live on stage. When does that open?
Oh, you know, I was just looking at the post she was doing, and I don't know yet, because I'm in Chicago, so I haven't been.
Oh.
I've been
Is
tracking.
everything
things.
okay? Are you just there?
No, my mom's in
Been
hospice.
good. Oh,
Yeah, so she's
all right, I love you. I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
about your mama.
yeah, she is. I mean, she has a good sense of humor. She's I mean, you know, she's still so funny. Like the nurse was trying to get my mom to say which of her kids are the favorite, and she was like, "Is he your favorite?" Pointing to me. My mom said, "Some days."
That's so true. That's probably the truthful thing. Like every parent on here would agree with that. Like
Yeah,
some days you're my favorite, some days you're absolutely not my favorite.
exactly.
Right. That's so true. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about your mama.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Penelope. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, I mean, but this is life, right? I mean, you know, this is life, and it's the other part of what we're doing, you guys, is remembering that what we do is about being in the present moment. The art that we bring to people is how to be alive fully right now. This is what we do. And the gift we give is to remind people that that's it. That's what this is about. That's what this time on this planet is about loving and being present. And what a fantastic gift that we bring, right? I mean, what a glorious thing to be able to give people.
It's so true about loving and being present right now. And I really feel that because like the tendency is to want to run and be scared and be like, because we are in a big cathartic change, no matter what you believe, it's happening, right? Like it's clearly happening. And so we're in this thing and it's hard to live the life that you used to know how to live. Right. And so understanding that the best news for all of us on here is that actors, hello, this is our time. This is our time. The stories that must be told. I mean, just go out there and get paid to do it. Right. So listen, we are going to come to an end because I like to respect James's time, and we went a half an hour over what we've gone the last 2 days. But I want to say that, you know, I'm going to come back to the people that have their hands raised. Tomorrow, we have one last day tomorrow. We are going to, this is a really big assignment tomorrow. So today, this whole week, we've decided what we had to offer an agent. You know, what
Valorie,
expectations
Valorie,
of an agent.
This question here for me is not actor related, it's technical stuff because
Okay, hold on one second.
I haven't received the email for the technical stuff.
Okay, all right. Sarah will help with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
hold on. Let me finish up here.
And I only got one recording. That's it.
Okay. Okay, Sarah, can you just help Arnold? Okay.
So I want to say to you guys, I just want to take a second to say thank you to everybody for letting me be on this call with you all, and to be here with Valorie in this, you know, in this big question of career. It's not a small thing, right? we all come to this with big dreams,
Mhm.
big hopes, you know, and I think that the gift of the community is profound, because it can be such an isolating business. You know, we can feel alone. And I think that, you know, for those of you who are on the call who are not part of Actors Fast Track, who are thinking about it or wondering about it, I just want to take a second to say that in this career, community makes the difference. That's the big thing that empowers us, is the movement into community, away from solitude. So that's my parting words for today.
Well, I would say if the number one lesson that I've learned is to ask for help. That's been the number one lesson I've learned. And it's so much more fun in ensemble. And we are people that work in ensemble, right? And so it's really important to who we are. And so knowing how to be a part of that ensemble and be and tell the stories that you need to tell, all those things. Okay, so what's going to happen is tonight you're going to post your list of agents. You don't have to post your whole list. If you want to post a few, or don't worry about how to get a hold of them right now. We'll talk about that. Maybe, you know, just make a list of the agents you're going to go after, agents and or managers, your list. And then tomorrow we meet on Saturday. We have a catch up to the challenge webinar where we'll be talking. I'll be answering all your questions, and you will have a big assignment starting tomorrow. So we're getting ready for the Summer Pitch Fest.
Yay! Yay!
Remember when we had the taco truck, James, or like
yes.
Gilbert's cooking?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know.
That.
Outside in the sun and fun.
I know. I got burned a few times. I mean, literally burned.
By the sun, yes, I know.
One time, you guys, okay, really quick, we'll tell you a really funny story. One Summer Games, we got there and their whole bathrooms were shut down. And they had these porta potties that were like terrible.
Ugh.
It was terrible. So from then on, when we did Summer Game, we always showed up with a ton of toilet paper and sanitary, like whatever, you know.
Because you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know. So that's the good thing of having to do from your home. You don't have to deal with the latrines, or you can have your own latrine. So at your own house. So anyway, so that's the July 31st. If you'd like to get a ticket, please do. We will see you guys tomorrow for our last one of the week, and then catch up to the challenge, and then off on Sunday, and then back at it on Monday. James, we'll talk to you in August.
Awesome. Love you, Valorie.
Maybe. I'm doing you did a webinar last time with, who'd you do it with?
Sarah, was it Sarah, or is it, now I'm going to totally screw it up because I'm so bad with names.
It was me.
It was Sarah.
That's what I thought. Okay, so I was right. The amazing Sarah. Sarah, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm fighting a horrible summer cold, but ready to get back to life in LA. I've been in Texas for 3 weeks. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we actually had a great conversation.
We did. It was a lot of fun last month.
It was really fun. Yeah.
Well, I was in France.
Well, you were, oh, lucky soul. And you chose the right time, because now it's like 150 degrees.
Yeah, I'm burning up. Yeah, we did. We chose the right time. Oh, wait, today, I took this food tour on June 21st. So today, July 21st, I get this email from Avion Food Tours. We're here. Why aren't you here, Valorie? I was like, oh, they made some clerical error. I was like, I wish I was there. Shut up. All right, everyone. Have a great day. I will see you guys all soon. And thank you, James. That was amazing.
Oh, love you guys.
Okay.
All right, have fun. Nice to meet everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Danielle, I'm going to email